kind of gross.
Anton Michael was retrieving his car from Hollywood Tow on Mansfield Avenue near Santa Monica Boulevard when he noticed the police presence.
It seemed like there was just a lot of people like gathered around. Everybody was asking questions, but I didn't know until just now that's crazy.
LAPD says the sedan was reported abandoned, towed from the Hollywood Hills and impounded about 5 days ago. It sat on the roof of the lot until today, when employees reported a foul odor. As a Texas plate for the body. The medical examiner joined the investigation, but because of decomposition, they have not determined the gender of the victim. This area of Hollywood is mostly studios and production sets, but for a while today, it was a real CSI scene.
It's not really a surprise. Knowing what happened, also not really a surprise. We live in a very big city, one of the biggest on earth, and there's shady people doing shady things.
Police do have some critical evidence already in this case. They have the license plate of the car, of course, that could lead them to the vehicle owner and maybe some really critical clues in the case. We're live tonight in Hollywood. I'm Sandra Mitchell, KTLA 5 News. Micah and Cher, back to you.
Sandra, thank you. A 34-year-old Inglewood man has been charged in the deaths of 2 men and attempting to kill a third after meeting the victims through an online dating app. Rakeem Prowell is accused of killing 51-year-old Miguel Angel King in 2021 and 53-year-old Robert Gutierrez in 2023 after connecting with the men online. King's body was discarded but found in Angeles National Forest, while Gutierrez has yet to be found. Prowell allegedly bound a third victim, stole his wallet, and beat him with a baseball bat this past February. That victim managed to escape, but Prowell chased him with his car, hitting him and breaking his leg. Prowell is currently on probation in 2 separate cases for a series of burglaries committed in Beverly Hills and the LA area between 2019 and 2021.
The fiancé of a man shot and killed outside a popular East Hollywood McDonald's is speaking out as new video shows the aftermath of the gunfire. It happened early Saturday morning after a minor collision in the drive-thru. It escalated into a heated argument that ended in gunfire.
KTLA's Jillian Smuckler spoke with the fiancé of the shooting victim, who was also wounded during the altercation.
A late-night trip to McDonald's turns into a nightmare for Karen Gonzalez Molina.
Hey! Babe!
She was in the drive-thru ordering food with her fiancé, Felix, when the driver in front brake-checked them. She says her fiancé knew in that moment that something was wrong.
He felt that brake motor. He's like, and my guy is like, oh, I feel like this was gonna try to do something. Why would he brake-check us?
I'll get off and see.
I get I'm seeing the car. I'm like,
Where did we hit you?
recording the car? Yeah, I record the car and I'm asking him like, hey, where did we hit you? Where do you say this that we hit you? You don't have anything in your car.
Tell us, because our thing has sensors and it stopped right before we hit the car.
What is the damage? What is the damage?
But what happened next, no one saw coming.
Matter of seconds, I just saw him got in front of me. I don't know if my guy saw him pull out the gun or anything, but it was just so that all I heard was just shots.
Babe! Hell nah! He shot me too! What the
I see my phone and I'm like, I start recording again. I'm like, dude, you shot us. You just shot us.
You just punched out of me.
No! He's like, oh, but you hit me. And I'm like, but you're shooting with us with the gun. And then when I notice, that's when I see my fiancé on the ground. And I'm like, babe, get up. Get up, babe.
Video shows Karen desperately trying to save Felix, despite being shot herself.
I need you here. I'm like, he's dying. I could see it, he's dying.
But was ultimately unsuccessful. The suspected shooter, identified as 21-year-old Humberto Delgado, was taken into custody. He's charged with voluntary manslaughter and is being held on $100,000 bail.
I got off the car because I wanted to find a solution to this. not get shot, not get, like, oh yeah, it's her fault that her fiance is dead. How is that my fault? I never pulled out a gun.
Jillian Smuckler, KTLA 5 News.
A tow truck driver is under arrest accused of killing a pedestrian on the busy 405 freeway in the Sepulveda Pass while under the influence. It happened just before 2 p.m. in the southbound lanes between the Sepulveda Boulevard exit and the Sunset Boulevard Church Lane exit. Investigators say the man had just exited his gray-colored vehicle following a two-car crash before he was hit by the tow truck. The CHP conducted a field sobriety test and took that tow truck driver into custody. No word tonight on the identity of the victim.
The U.S. Supreme Court today lifted restrictions on immigration raids, giving the green light to federal officials to resume stops based on appearance, language, and location. A divided Supreme Court sided with the Trump administration in a temporary motion to allow the raids to resume.
A federal court had restricted the L.A. enforcement crackdown, claiming federal agents were indiscriminately targeting people based on race in violation of the Fourth Amendment. We have live team coverage of today's immigration decision. John Finolia with reaction.
But we begin with Lindsay Pena with more on the Supreme Court's ruling and what it means for immigration raids here in Los Angeles and across the country. Lindsay?
Sure, Micah. This is a win for the Trump administration. It is the 17th time in a row the court has sided with him. And it means those so-called roving patrols can continue, but it's by no means the end. This case is far from over, and both sides are anticipating a long fight ahead.
In a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court Monday lifted a temporary restraining order, allowing the federal government to resume sweeping immigration operations in L.A. and surrounding counties. The order, in place since July, had barred agents from stopping people solely based on race, language, job, or location. Although the majority did not give a legal explanation for its reasoning, Justice Brett Kavanaugh wrote in part, "To be clear, apparent ethnicity alone cannot furnish reasonable suspicion. Under this court's case law regarding immigration stops, however, it can be a relevant factor when considered along with other salient factors." In a dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor, along with the court's two other liberal justices, saying, "Countless people in the Los Angeles area have been grabbed, thrown to the ground, and handcuffed simply because of their looks, their accents, and the fact they make a living by doing manual labor. Today, the court needlessly subjects countless more to these exact same indignities."
This morning follows a fairly long line of quick emergency docket decisions where the Supreme Court largely has been siding with the Trump administration.
Loyola Law School professor Jessica Levinson says the decision and how this case ultimately plays out impacts the entire country.
This decision is not unique to Los Angeles. It's really a decision about what the Constitution requires when you are an immigration officer or you're an immigration agent and you are enforcing federal law.
The Supreme Court's emergency decision only lifts the temporary restraining order issued by a lower court judge. It doesn't prevent the case from moving forward. Another court date is set for September 24th to determine whether a preliminary injunction will be granted. Immigrants' rights groups like Ktladt, also a plaintiff in the case, vowed to keep fighting.
We must grow more united in our demand that our constitutional rights be respected, because without restraint, no one's rights are protected. Not whether you're a citizen or a non-citizen, none of us are safe.
Again, the next court date in this case over how the government conducts immigration enforcement is set for September 24th. In the News Center, Lindsay Pena, KTLA 5 News. Share, Micah.
Lindsay, thank you. Lawmakers and politicians across America are weighing in on the Supreme Court's immigration decision tonight, speaking out against racial profiling and claiming the ruling undermines the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution. Here at home, California officials are vowing to stand with immigrants and stop racial profiling.
And do whatever they can to protect Latino communities, they say, across the country. John Finow.